You know, the reality about life currently dictates that in scenarios of maybe job performance or social life experience, we need more than just the possible tangible technical skills we can refer to. For currently following the digital transformation, following the transitions of life living skills, to following the changes of jobs, how jobs are adapting to new challenges, how challenges are coming up, it's now upon us, especially the trainers, to make sure that even though we apply more effort to the trainees to make sure that they really adapt to the technical issue, like the technical skills that they can use in their areas of operation, it is high time also we start emphasizing on other skills that are really coming with these changes. Because, for example, take like this: if you are training a staff that is really targeted to do maybe screening, let's say for example airport screening or maybe hotel screening or anything to do with safety and security where screening is involved, I know it's a very delicate and a very sensitive duty, but you see, just giving this staff the technical skills on how to operate that machine on, or how to operate that walk-through metal detector, or maybe how to operate that ETD, it's simply not enough to qualify this staff to be all-rounded when it comes to problem-solving skill, when it comes to communication skills. We need to go beyond the basic technical requirements when it comes to operations. When you want this staff to be eligible enough to be able to follow up and to get compatible with the certain transition, number one, we should also insisting on what is called the intelligence. The intelligence is the ability of a staff to synthesize the information and come up with a quick and possible and the right solution to the problem. So even though they know how to use the keyboard, they know how to take the traces and all that, this should be in a very high rate, mind-wise, to be able to analyze situation, to do calculations and imagine things and suspect things and come up with a possible conclusion, even though the machine might say otherwise, you see. Then also, we need to train them what is called the social quotient. Apart from the technical skill, it is also very important to import into them the social quotient, the relationship, because we work as a team. I take a good example of aviation security or maybe aviation safety. It is a teamwork. You will never be alone. So if you have a staff that is very smart, expertised in what is called the technical skills, can run that machine, can analyze the bug and come up with proper decision making. If this staff lack a principle of social wellness or social relationship, he cannot work as a team, he cannot relate with supervisors well, he cannot relate with the teams well, he cannot work together, he has no friends and all that. It's a point of concern because it might end up maybe affecting his psychology, affecting his mind, and by the end of the day, delivery will be affected. So let's not just concentrate on the technical skills as we forget other quotient. Another thing is about adversity. When you talk about adversity quotient, how much are we empowering this staff? How much are we inciting this staff or inspiring them to be able to overcome the adversities, to be able to overcome the hurdles of life? For example, again, I will give good example of aviation because that's where my work relates to. Aviation staff, maybe during peak hour, you are on a shift and this shift is night shift. You can imagine during peak hour. Can this staff withstand the pressure of the flow of the passenger? Can we be able to understand the pressure of analyzing the bag without again compromising security or wasting the time of a passenger? Is this a person who is physic enough to overcome the physical fitness of standing there, walking right and left? If you're a supervisor, do you have that power of walking and manning all your lanes during the peak hour? The pressure, the unruly passengers, the argument, the questions and all that. Are you able to overcome that pressure? Because some of us, by the way, technically, you see, most of cases, I see some of my staff, they are very nice, they are very quick, they are very sharp in class, they are very right in their operations. But when it comes to adversity quotient, they are weak at that. They don't know how to operate. during pressure hours. They see that is pressure, because sometimes pressure comes in, yes, but we have to test this stuff. Are you able to overcome the adversity? How powerful are you? How smart are you? How strong are you when it comes to overcoming the pressure that comes with the power? Are you a person who can, maybe during certain circumstances, for example, in Middle East, wherever we are having these, the wars and right, left, and center, are you able to overcome such panics? Are you a person that when you see a threat articles, for example, you have seen a knife, you have seen a bullet, or you have seen a full hand grenade inside the bag, will you run away and leave the machine, or you will be there to understand or relax, not panicking until the problem is solved? It's very, very important. So in most cases, I've seen this one. We have a very smart staffs, but they lack certain core principles. And because they lack of this one, it is very easy for them to make mistakes. It is very easy for them to make wrong decisions. It is very easy for them to become poor leaders, which lead to poor communication, problem solving skills. So even relating with the passenger becomes a problem. So in short, I'm trying to say like this one: as the digitalization of the world is going on, and the world is becoming a global, where everything is intertwined, and the companies, the employers, the world itself, we are running toward green economy or green energy or green operations, whereby we want to save the world as we save the human factor. It is very important to make sure that even though we are really forcing or focusing or training based on the technical skills, we should not also avoid or maybe assume things like emotional quotient. Emotion, imagine you have somebody who's very smart in technical skills, is a graduate, somebody who is very smart in using the Excel, using computer, but this person cannot control emotion. This is a person that during the argument, the pressure is always very high. This is a person that when you meet a passenger, instead of explanation 1, 2, 3, you don't listen well, you don't communicate well, just because of temperament. To some extent, it might also affect your operations. And this is not only to the staff, most probably to the leaders. It is a critical point of view. Right now, it is more than just qualifications. It is more than just technical skills. It is more than just having papers. As the world is getting digitalized and as the world is getting transformed, it is very important to make sure that you are also smart in number 1, adversity quotient, number 2, social quotient, number 3, emotional quotient, and then what we call intelligence quotient. Thank you so much for listening. This was my YouTube and this was my platform. Please follow me, like my comments, share. If you have any suggestion or any question or any correction, please feel free to comment down there. See you.